Can we all just get along?
Ain't that a song?
Yeah, not yes. It's like some songs. DJ, I think we're aligned. I wouldn't say we're anti-violence. Do you believe fights can be at practice can be a good thing?
It's not a good thing, but it isn't a bad thing. Fights happen all the time. All the time. My first practice ever in the NFL. You get drafted, you go to minicamp. I got in a fight.
Your first practice?
The first practice, and I'm not going to lie to you, Dick LeBeau, because I wouldn't stop.
LeBeau.
He sent me to the locker room, so after I calmed down, I'm sitting in there, I'm like, man, they about to cut me. And Dick, anybody know Coach LeBeau, he walk in there with his dickies, they sagging, he got his hands in his back pocket. He dapped me up. I like that, Hoosh. When I tell you to stop, just stop next time. I was, relief. But it was like, the vets, they gonna try you. Like, that whole...
Who'd you fight?
I was about to say, what made you so
I
mad?
don't want to say his name. I don't want to say his name. But people that... The guys
tell me his number?
If you know, you know.
I don't even remember the number. Because he was only with us. He was there before me, and then he was gone the following season. But we're getting physicals. And he's like, oh, we about to lock these new dudes up. Like, he was different language. Me and Chad are walking by. Chad don't say nothing. I just kind of look at him. Walk back, he say the same thing, I just kind of look at him. So we doing one-on-ones. I go. He not even up. He like, let me get him. He hold me. I'm like, bruh, stop holding me. He, bad language, blah, 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 blah. Get back in line, Rook. So I go up again. He do it again. I said, bruh, I told you to stop holding me. Cursed me out again, da-da-da. Went to the side, I said, what'd you say? Bop. And I started hitting him. And I got sent to the locker room. And I was like, oh. But rest of my career, it was just, I'm getting in fights. But it's more of a wrestle, a tussle. You do dumb things and punch in a helmet, which is idiotic. But you know how tired you are after them fights, though? You are really tired. So I don't believe it's a good thing. But it happens. And I will say this, though. 99% of the fights never linger into the locker room. That's the key. If it doesn't go into the locker room, you're fine. Because after a while, you calm down, you be like, my bad, bro. And that's it.
So you were cool with him after that?
Nah, I wasn't cool with him.
Not that guy. Not that one.
I felt like he was...
Not that guy.
He was trying to sun me. He was trying to punk me.
Yeah, he was.
Me and Chad.
You got nice hair and all that.
And so, yeah, I've been having this my whole life. Like, you know, I just look like this. And so I had to
blame God.
I had to prove a point, like, bro, like, I'm not that dude. You're not stepping on me, bro. No.
What round you went?
7th.
Oh,
and he was a second rounder. He was a second rounder.
He probably thought you was like,
yeah.
Well, he probably see you play, you're a rookie.
Hey,
I get it.
Shady. The rest of the season, dude tugged my jersey. They be like, my bad, T, my bad. They ain't want them hands.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it, though. Because now, ain't no question. Yeah. Hey, everybody, by 84, we gonna do this too. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody that I play with is watching this, they know.
Yeah,
they know.
That's how you do it.
Were you ever in any fights at practice?
Nah, Andy Reid didn't really play a lot of that, right? I never had a lot of issues, right? You know, I was kind of respected around these parts. No, I mean, maybe like arguments. I never had no real fights. I never really got to no real fights, really.
Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing, for real. Because, like, it's so many different stories where guys are getting their hands broke and they fighting and et cetera. Now, you think it's a little scuffle is nothing. Because every level from high school, college, you do that, right? Mm-hmm. But in the pros, like, we were investments. And I remember watching on TV Steve Smith. I watched him punch his teammate in the face. Pop, 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 pop,
Don't mess with Steve Smith.
Right?
Yeah.
Ken Lucas.
Lucas.
That's what it was.
And look, after he punched him in his face.
Luke, I shouldn't have done that.
After he punched him in his face and all that, I think something happened with his jaw or something.
Broke his jaw.
So he broke your teammate's jaw. He's a starter at that. I think he's like the Nook.
He's a starter.
Now check this out. They got a picture of Steve like, hey, bro, my bad, bro. This video they play, I didn't mean to do this. It's not third. But now our teammate on defense we're gonna be not that good in the secondary because you broke our teammate's jaw.
Right.
Because like some of these guys might not make the team. Right now, I know he's a 7th-round pick, but because you're really, really good. But 7th-round pick, they don't normally make the team. So you fight them, it don't really matter. But if you fight a teammate, the 7th-round pick, and then his homeboy jump in it on defense, he's a starter, then you fight him, and you break his jaw like Steve did, then what?
Y'all remember Michael Westbrook? Y'all remember him?
Mm-hmm.
The big safety?
No, the receiver from Colorado fought his own running back.
Right.
In practice.
Throwback.
Michael Westbrook. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And he came to Cincinnati and played with us. dudes ain't want no problems with Westbrook. No problems, because they saw that on TV. They wasn't even going to try Westbrook.
That's how it works, the bully.
I mean, there's levels to it. Like, obviously, this happens every single year at almost every single training camp. It's usually because it's hot and somebody said something, kept holding somebody or something like that. And in the end, it's really just a bunch of pushing and shoving, and nobody actually gets hurt, or nothing really ever escalates to that. Those type of situations, obviously, and kind of the ones that you're talking about as well, are obviously a little bit different. I mean, I don't really think much of it because it happens every single year. It's going to happen. There's going to be training camp fights. Like I said, sometimes maybe it's just too hot. Somebody's been pushing a little bit too much. Yeah. Somebody got a little temper.
What, Joy? Is when you start practicing with another team.
Yep.
Yeah, that's usually when it happens.
We didn't do that, and we did it with the Saints. Marvin Lewis wouldn't let me practice. He literally said,
I mean, you got to know your personnel.
You're not going to practice because you're going to get in a fight. And
you got to know your personnel, Teach.
He didn't let Chad practice.
Honestly, it sounds...
Chad be fighting, Chad don't be fighting.
You got to know your team.
But he didn't want Chad to start talking crazy to somebody, and they try to fight Chad. And so we didn't get to practice. And so it's really when you start going against another team, you get excited, and you start talking trash. Yeah, you start really competing. And in the trash talk, it just happens.
That's where the bad stuff happens. I'd go as far as to say it can be a good thing. Like for this week, for instance, did y'all see Daniel Jones got in the scrum? And I'm like, okay, Danny Dimes, stand up for your guys. Like, I don't have a problem with that. But I'm so excited, Joy, because I actually get to do story time today. Like, I never get to tell stories. But look, this is from my time covering the NFL, and I'll show you how bad they can get if we can run it. This is 2014.
Oh, I remember this.
Joint practice, Cowboys-Raiders. And you got an all-out brawl, and you're on the fence line where fans are getting involved in it, too. Like, yeah, fights can be really bad. And to TJ's point, I think a lot of this stuff happens when...
Is that Pac-Man Jones?
Crazy.
No, this was after Pac-Man.
Mayborn, or what's his name?
Morris Claiborne.
Yeah, Claiborne.
Dude, fans were, like, swinging helmets at the players. Whoa. Like, they brought helmets to get autographed, and they're swinging. I had to run from this like I was running from an oncoming train. Like, this was terrifying. And, like, yeah, it can get really nasty.
You almost got pins up against
No, I was... When I tell you I was running for my life to get away from where they were going. They're a foot taller than me, covered in pads and helmets.
Get him, Dave.
I don't want any part of that. But yeah, it can be really nasty. I would say to a point it can be good. But yeah, like when you got two teams practicing and they're, trying to compete and be better than each other and send a message, that's where it gets a little iffy.
Yeah, there's always a point where someone takes it too far, or it gets a little too serious, or it gets a little too personal. The inner team fights, to me, as long as it doesn't end up in anyone being injured. Sometimes it's just like you got to get a little aggression out. It happens, or somebody's trying to, punk someone.
They better hope is me and Shady running back receiver fights, safety corners. When them linemen start fighting, you can't stop them. Who breaking that up?
Grizzly Bears.
When one or two linemen fight, they all jump in. They stop when they're tired, because you can't. They stop when they tired. You're not breaking that up. They're too big and strong.
Like Targaryen, this dragon fighting. Let them fight it out.
We can't stop that. They tired, so they stop on their own.
Oh, I will say this though, man. Like, I did love the fights though. Now I wasn't in there fighting because I'm too smart for that. But I used to love those fights. You know why? Hey, man, we ain't practice no more. It's over. After you start fighting, it's going to go for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? They got to hold the players back, coaches on there, this and that and the third. Yeah, cool. I'm just chilling. Yo.
Locker room.
So the practice is over with.
Those are veteran secrets.
Lots of my fights have been in sports, so sometimes you just...
Got a little scrappy?
Well, I mean, if my sister's on the field, if she's in a fight, we got to go in.
We're fighting.
We're fighting.
But what if it's... I mean, because you do got to jump in it. But some things is like, I'm not getting involved. Like, yo, two linemen and all that? Oh,
yeah.
No.
Is this Joy's story?
Oh, no, quarterbacks.
Wait, like what?
Oh, wait, quarterbacks.
Oh, you want my fighting story?
Yeah, I want your fighting story.
I mean, there. I'm not gonna say there are many, but I'm closer to Tej than I am to Shady.
Yeah. Oh, you getting scrappy like that?
I'm a little more active than.
Still not telling a story.
Okay, so my sister flipped, like, we were playing soccer. I was out the game. My sister was in, and she flipped a girl kicked high. She flipped her. I don't know why she flipped her, because that's not what you're supposed to do. But she flipped her, the girl landed on her back, and everybody started jumping on my sister, so we got a fight now.
Oh, that's different.
all there
That's
is. You gotta jump
That's your
in.
real
That's all there is to it.
Yeah, like my real sister.
Oh yeah, we getting involved with this
Yeah,
real
yeah,
blood. But what about this dude in there? Hold
But
up.
like it was a bench clearing fight. Like I wasn't in the game. Like I ran.
You were in the stands?
No, I was out of the game.
Oh,
like I was
okay.
resting,
Gotcha,
and then
gotcha.
you know it happened.
What about if we just you signed the player like yesterday and all that? He getting the fight and all that. You jumping in that?
Oh, is it gang or not? Like I don't know. Listen. No, you ain't got to worry about if you're out with me and Teej, all right?
Yo, y'all my people though.
We're not gonna ask no questions.
If Deshaun Jackson
I asked for forgiveness,
Vic,
not permission.
or Matt is in a
No
fight,
questions.
I'm gonna get into that. But the dude we just,
Oh yeah, I gotta know you now. I'm not.
Like,
I must know who you are.
I might be cool with dudes you fighting with.
Yeah.
Now I did hate this
I'm
though.
with you on
Before we
that.
leave, I hated when we be playing games and Deshaun and Matt would be fighting all day with the dudes. So I'm like, we'll be on the field, whatever, and then we go to the sideline. Right? Like, nah, after the game, yo, I'm messing him up. I'm like, well, bet we gonna mess him up. I'm rocking with you. After the game, now the whole time of the game, they throw each other in the face, they call each other out their name, they say all type of words that we can't say on TV, right? Soon the game over, hey, good job, yo. Hey, hey, you want my jersey? Like, I'm like, wait, hold up. So that was my first time I said, look, I'm never getting nobody else's beef.
No.
This is my beef.
No, it's gotta be your own beef. But
Sorry,
if we
it's my
out and there's
jersey.
beef, there's beef.
Yeah.
Leave me
So
out
that's
of
how
it,
it goes.
please.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.